What's up, everybody? Maine Fly Guys here today. Gonna show you the turkey fly. I posted on my Instagram a few days ago. This is basically all turkey. So, given the season here in Maine, I figured why not show everyone something they could do with all the turkey feathers that are kind of hanging around. Maybe you know a hunter or two, and so don't let them waste anything. So this here is, what do we got? Ultra Thread 70. This is fluorescent green. I'm going to start off by making a tag. So I kind of just work a little down into the bend, not too far. And then just come up a little ways, maybe 4 or 5 turns. Right, still into the bend a little bit. Now, this fly completely comes from this one turkey feather. This is a tail feather. And I'm going to show you sort of how I pick and choose. So there's 2 sides to the feather, a much longer side and a much shorter side. The shorter side, as you can see, has a little more defined tips. It's a little more sharp, I would call it, especially towards the bottom. They're just a little finer, and they make for great tails. So what I'm going to do is just parse out 4 or 5 sections here, 4 or 5 different strands. I'm going to cut that, and that is going to be my tail. So I am going to just sort of make sure that all the tips are, they don't need to be completely even, but I just like them to be facing the, or sort of in the same direction, facing backwards. There we go. The tail doesn't need to be too long on this pattern, but about a body length, maybe a little bit shorter than a body length. And there we go. That's it. Nice wispy tail there. Make sure that it's tied in right on top. Don't let it roll on you. The good thing about the turkey feathers is that they catch really well. It's really easy to catch that, feather there. So now we're going to go into the body, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the longer side to look for my body, and it's going to be a wrapped biot. Alright, this wrapped biot is going to be spaced out, and it's very, very delicate, so please be careful when wrapping. Before you get to the biot tie-in though, here I have a piece of flash. This is just some Mirage Flashabou, and I'm going to tie in this flash just once. Just once. I'm not going to waste any wraps there, because they'll tie it in as I go forward. So what you're looking for on this longer side for your body wraps is one of the thicker strands, and so you'll just kind of need to go through and find where the thickest strands are. If it's too thin, then it becomes almost impossible to wrap it, and so by the time you're where you want to be, you have almost no you almost have no depth to your body. You really can't even see it. So here's my biot that I've clipped. It's just one. Make sure there's 2 sides to it. If you look, there's a dull side and a sort of darker side. You don't want the dull side showing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the dull side facing me. Alright, so I'm tying the dull side facing me, and then I'm going to move forward. Just getting everything tied in, tied down. Try to keep everything on the same side as you're wrapping forward. Once I get to about 2, maybe 3 eye lengths behind, I'm going to cut everything. And then I am going to come in and just sort of clean that up. Okay, so now I'm going to take some hackle pliers and I'm going to start wrapping the turkey biot. Remember that the turkey biot is really delicate, so you do not want to pull it too tight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to space out my wraps, and I'm going to try to space them out the same width as my flash. Alright, I'm going to try to do that. And so I like to get 4, maybe 5 turns in. So there's 4, and I'll secure on my 5th. There we go. And so from here you'll take your Flashabou and just sort of go in between those wraps to give it a little flash, just a little flare, maybe, you know, lighten the mood up for the fish a little bit. So we have our flash in. We have everything in there. And now we're ready to roll. So this is a wet fly sort of a merger. And so I don't want it to be too dry. Right now it's pretty dry. I want it to sit in the film maybe an inch or two below. At the bottom of the turkey feather, there are these fluffy feathers, kind of marabou-esque things. What you're going to do is you're just going to take a few of those, and what I like to do is just sort of grab them and just rip them apart in my fingers. And I just want to make a small dubbing ball with them, really, really small. Working back towards the body. That's probably good. Don't throw it away because you can save it for your next fly. Now what I'm going to do is go to the long side again of the feather, and I'm going to find 2 sections that I can kind of pair up to make paired wings. So right here, these are sort of 2 sections that look pretty good. So I'm going to cut, roughly about 7 or 8 strands. 7 or 8 strands. Lay them down, and we're going to pair them. Now, it's not going to be a pair like the salmon flies or anything like that, because I don't want it to be super clean, because this is a really buggy emerger. All I want is them to have an equal amount of fibers on each side. So here's one. There's one that I've just kind of put together. And then here is the other one. And so what you're going to do is match them up. Just pair them. So I just lay them down. That way you have the sort of brighter colored feather facing out. And you want it to be short. Maybe you want the last fiber to be right kind of at the butt of the fly. So what I do is just lay them down, match it up, grab it, 1, 2, 3, make sure things haven't twisted too much. Once you got it where you think you want it, you're good to go. So there I just have a little wing, nothing crazy. It really, really does not need to be perfect. So don't waste your time matching it up and getting it all perfect. You do not want to do that. So then go ahead and just kind of clean up any loose ends, and I'm going to work back a little bit. Just work back a few wraps. That looks pretty good. So there, I just have a little buggy wing, not perfect by any means. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to do a dubbing loop. Boom, little dubbing loop. Start it right after that wing. And for this, I definitely use a little bit of wax. You're going to want to put a little bit of wax, because what we're going to put in there is some more of that fluffy marabou from the bottom of the turkey feather. Now, when you pull it off, it's going to be too long. This is way too long. So what you can do is just grab, sort of line it up, rip it in half once, rip it in half twice. That's it. If you rip it in half twice, comes out to a great length for this fly. This hook is a Firehole hook, size 14. And so here's what you kind of get. You kind of get fluffy madness. You don't need much in your dubbing loop. You just want maybe a ½ inch of material, if that. So a really short loop. So spin that up, super brief. Boom. And what I like to do is just kind of pull the fibers to one side and then look at it and say, okay, this fiber is too long, and what you can do is just pinch and pull. Pinch and pull. So there I have my fibers, and I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping them. Make sure you are palmering them backwards as you wrap so that they're pointed backwards. Because it's such a small dubbing loop and there's such a small amount of material, you can kind of do this after as well. But so there we just have basically 1, 2, and there's really my third and final wrap, if that. And then I'll come up and I will catch it on the other side. Boom. Take one wrap back just to secure it. Trim the tag. And then sort of feel it out and say, okay, how do I like how it looks right now? Do I have any fibers that are too long? What's going on? And everything looks pretty decent. There's a couple fibers in here that might be a little too long. You can just yank them right out. But look at that. That's a great buggy. I mean, how buggy is that? So from here, I just like to make a little head. Whip finish. So thank you for watching, guys. We appreciate it. Appreciate the support. If you have any questions or you want to buy this fly or anything like that, reach out. Feel free. Don't hesitate. Check us out on Instagram, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel where we're putting up more fly tying videos as the summer starts getting rolling. So thanks for watching, and we hope to catch you guys next time.